What is going on, you guys? Welcome to another sick and lit edition of Wrestle Shade, and thank you guys for joining me. It is WrestleMania weekend, and we are on the road to WrestleMania this Saturday and Sunday, April 10th and April 11th. Only, I'm guessing now, on the Peacock network. But tonight, Tuesday, April 6th, is the WWE 2020 and 2021, let me just throw that in there, Hall of Fame inductee ceremony hosted by Jerry the King Lawler. He is going to be doing the inductee ceremony. So far, it's been really good. First, we had JBL coming out, the self-proclaimed God himself, still acting like a heel, still acting like the original JBL, talking about receiving white heat, giving props and accolade to Eddie Guerrero and Eddie Guerrero's family, giving prop and accolade to Ron Simmons, the APA, and John Cena. That was a really special highlight. You could tell that JBL really loved his time in the WWE. You could tell he really genuinely and truly loved to be a heel. And that's my thing. And that's why I like JBL, because he was serious about his heelmanship. Okay, he was a serious heel from front to back. You could just tell he had a passion for what he did in the ring. And oh my God, at the end of JBL's speech, I thought he truly was going to apologize to everybody for all of the crazy, and harmful and unapologetic stuff he's done throughout the years, throughout the decades. I thought he was genuinely going to apologize to everybody that he offended, but he gagged us. He still gagged us all at the end, still being the original heel that he truly is. So shouts out to JBL. That was a hot segment within the ceremony. And for the second inductee, we had the British Bulldog, 1984, Stand Up, Baby! Davey Boy Smith, straight from the UK. The WWE had a amazing packet for him. It was crazy. They highlighted a lot of his matches. Davey Boy Smith versus Bret Hart, where they had like the family feud where Diana was put in between, having to choose from her brother and or her husband. They highlighted some of the highlights and tensions of that match. And once again, too, it was a tear jerker. I mean, you could not help but to get a little bit emotional, especially you guys, when they had the family, Davey Boy Smith's son, daughter, and wife come out to accept the award on his behalf. They brought Buffy out, which was apparently the granddaughter of Matilda, the first original Bulldog from the 80s, honey. The British Bulldog's son did an amazing job when it came to speaking, engaging with the audience, and just really delivering all of his father's legacy to the WWE Universe. It was a high. It was really good. And he also, too, highlighted SummerSlam 1992 for the Intercontinental Championship as that being one of his favorite matches. And special, most fondest memories of his dad in that moment. So it was hot. It was really good. Inductee number 3, Jushin Thunder Liger, WCW Stand Up, Japan Stand Up. I could not believe that he was only 19 years old as a junior heavyweight getting his start, bringing that style and that swag of anime to the ring, revolutionizing cruiserweight wrestling. That is so dope. I remember seeing him back in the day at WCW, actually just being mesmerized by his gear, by his effects alone. His inductee ceremony was really good. I honestly, and I know a lot of you are going to frown on this, but I did not know that he was actually still alive, and it just blew me away to see that he actually was here to receive his Hall of Fame, you know what I'm saying, and to really just soak up all of the love and the accolade coming from the wrestling community and the WWE Universe. And I really gagged when Shinsuke was talking about him, saying that he was his biggest idol. A lot of you guys, a lot of the wrestlers of today, 2021, need to take note, not just of Thunder Liger's style, but of his gear and the way he presented himself and added that bit of flair. No shade. His inductee speech was sweet, short, and to the point, no shade. Most of it was in Japanese, but the very end of it was in English, telling the fans thank you, and I was here for it. Our number 4 inductee, honey, William Shatner. Beam me up, Scotty. Okay, this was kind of for me. I mean, I know he brought a comical sense to the WWE. Here in the inductee ceremony, the WWE highlighted William Shatner's relationship with Jerry the King Lawler, and it was pretty funny. Me, myself, personally, I did not know that William Shatner had did those reenactments of the WWE's entrances, WWE superstar entrances, and that was pretty funny, especially when he did the booyaka, 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 ya, ya, 619, and the John Cena theme entrance. That was funny. And I like how the WWE, they kind of overlaid or filtered, so to speak, his entire induction in like a Star Trek type of beam me up type of theme. And I like that. He also received his accolade virtually, talking about how wrestling is a Montreal tradition and how he is not a wrestler. He is someone who still loved wrestling and followed the fan base. We had a small snippet here of the Hall of Fame legacy. I guess this is a special edition of wrestlers who make it in the Hall of Fame who were actually wrestling and tearing shit up and bringing the house down way before the WWE. So these guys were inducted, and this was a pretty cool segment. A lot of these guys I really didn't know too much about, so it was great to get a little bit of history on these guys. So now we're moving on to the next inductees. Oh gosh, I think number 5 is gonna be the Bellas. Haters gonna hate and Bellas gonna ball. There is absolutely nothing I can say that has not already been said about the Bella twins. I mean, from the start of the Diva Search to Total Divas, them becoming wrestlers and entrepreneurs, having their own TV show, being the head of the Women's Evolution, changing the women's division, having their own clothing line, from the Bella Army all the way to forming different factions with different women wrestlers. I mean, they've just done it all. They literally done it all. And their induction ceremony was great. The ladies look really, really good in their all red from head to toe. I love how they gave the other divas shout outs and they gave the other WWE women's superstar shout outs like Naomi, Alicia Fox, PCB, even giving John Cena, Daniel Bryan, and their husbands and kids and everybody all on down the list from Dusty Rhodes to Pat Patterson, everybody, giving everybody shouts out for helping them with their careers. So I was definitely here for You Can Look But You Can't Touch. He tried to do his intro with Jerry King Lawler. Titus ONeil look good, bitch! Work Titus more! You deserve it! Come on here, Titus ONeil. Receiving the Warrior Awards. It was really, really good. That was a really, really good segment. You know, they talked about Titus ONeil. They talked about his family and their dealings within the WWE and how much support they've given to all of these different organizations and all of these different nonprofits within the WWE. They highlighted Titus ONeil feeding 50,000 local families in Florida, from trouble kid to football superstar and later on WWE superstar. I love how they put this package together for Titus ONeil. They highlighted Titus ONeil's book, There's No Such Thing as a Bad Kid. And I love the thought and the whole aspect of, instead of asking a child what's wrong or why you do that or is you crazy or something like that, asking the child and or the person in the situation what happened, you know, what is causing you to act out like this, so to speak. And Titus ONeil said he wanted to live a life of significance, and him receiving the Ultimate Warrior Award, to him, he has achieved that by him receiving the Ultimate Warrior Award. I thought this was a really good segment, and he really don't get a lot of recognition, so no shade. This is hot for Titus ONeil.
Ooh, I'd have been down bad in them trenches, had to ride with that stick. Ooh, who gave you pills? Who gave that dust? Pluto Central and